all the audio should be being picked up by now. So if you can't hear it now, you should be able to hear it a little bit later if you have time to rewatch this session. Yeah, jot down what time it is, so you can easily skip to it. But obviously we're following the booklet, so it should be pretty straightforward if you do happen to lose the place. Going back to that pātai, and let me know if I am answering your pātai, if I'm answering your question. If you can't hear it, I'll type it out as well. But as for morena, morena just means morning, and it depends on how you say it. Obviously, you want to say it in a nice tone. You'll say morena, like a happy tone. Yeah, that morena literally just means morning, and the greeting is in how we say it. Ata Māori, ata means the morning, and Māori means like well or cruisy, things along those lines. So it's basically, that one is more like good morning, literally in the word. But it's all in how you say it. Hopefully that answered your pātai, Mayfen. Do we have any more pātai? Yes. Better now? Okay, cool. Attendees. Sorry, I couldn't see who said that. Was that you, Mayfen? Any more pātai at all?
Yes. No, I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, you're good? Okay, cool.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. That's good. We should probably do that now, actually. Yes. Any more pātai? So if you have your booklet in front of you, that's awesome. But I'll quickly go over just to double check if you have any pātai. So this is last session. So all of our greetings, how to ask how someone is. These are some edits that I did for the last session, the morning session. Answering the phone and the emails. If you want to take a screenshot of that, that's basically, I just wrote that out. That was basically a conversation. But I'm pretty sure you guys went through this as well. Let me know if you did or if you didn't. I'm pretty sure you guys did though. But let me know if I am in the wrong. Ka pai, good to see. And then mahi kāinga was waiata. I know a couple of you got in contact with me about the waiata. If you couldn't find it, it is in the materials page, but either way, I'll give you guys the link in this session now. And these were the kupuhau that you guys were hopefully meant to cover as well. Yeah, hopefully you spent some time with that, because I'd like to do another Quizlet Live just to see where you are all at with these kupu. We'll do this every week, just having a refresher of the kupu, just to make sure that we're properly having some time with these kupu to, yeah, so we're familiar with them at least at some level. Ka pai. Cool, so that sounds like our first mode of action. Yes. Cool. But before we do that, I do have a couple pātai. I believe you guys went through the appendices at the bottom of at the end of this document. Did you do the translation exercise? A yes or a no or an I or a kao? To let me know if you guys did do that. Kei te pai if not. So you didn't go through it, that's all good. I might set that out. If we have time at the end of the session, we'll go through that as well, because it's pretty straightforward translation. But yeah, if we've got time for that, then we will. I think we also didn't get time to have a kōrero for the karakia, which is all good. But if we have time and you guys want me to have a little kōrero about it, then I'm more than happy to do that. It's obviously my understanding and my interpretation of the karakia. It might be very like base level in comparison to you guys who obviously have a little bit a lot more experience in the health sector. I have absolutely nothing. So if we want to have that kōrero, then we can. So that's of course if we have time, and I'll ask you again if you'd like to know about that again. Ka pai. So I tēnei wā, scrolling past it, we're going to give it a go with a Quizlet for that second lot of kupu, and I'll give you guys the link to it shortly. Oh, don't want that. Copy game link. So this is the link to our Quizlet Live. I will share screen. This is the link if you want to go just directly to the website. So we've got two options there. So click straight on that one, or the actual manual one is just quizlet.live, and this is the code that you should see in front of you. On my screen, hopefully you can see it. It should ask you for a name to put in, and that'll be, yeah. So we have 7 of us here today, so hopefully 7 of us can join. Hopefully there's no issues. I've had quite a few issues with the Quizlet Live in the past, in the morning session at least. So hopefully it all goes well. Maybe I should just manifest it. No issues, no issues. It's 5, 6, 1 more. I think it's just you, Sarah. I think that's how to pronounce your name. Please correct me if I am wrong. And again, if you don't want to play, that is perfectly fine. It's more than welcome to spectate. But yeah, let me know if you're having any issues joining in, Sarah. Oh, there you are. Awesome. Ka pai. That's 7 of us. Let's go. Ka pai. Maybe I will play some of that music. Ka pai. Cool. So those are that's your team. Krista, you're a unicorn. Sheetal, you're right now. Ka pai. Kia koutou te wā. Oh, so sorry about that, Sheetal. Any questions? Oh, congratulations, Rebecca. Ka pai. So that is so strange. I don't know. It happens if it's a big lot. It's usually 2 people that miss out, and I don't know why. It must be on Quizlet's end. It can't be on yours. Maybe we won't do. Let me know if you guys don't want to do this in the future. It's perfectly fine if we don't. But this is just so I can know that you guys are engaging with the kupu lists. What we know, sorry, here, Kai. Yeah, that's always a tricky, a good one to know. Oh, cool. What we learned, pono for honest and true, yes. Whakamohio means to share information. So if you think of mohio means to know, and then whaka is the process of doing that. So it means like to let other people know. So it's putting the knowledge in action. So sharing information and explaining things. Hia inu. Hia inu is thirsty. So inu is just drink, any type of drink. Oh, now that I mention it, I think I left a water bottle in the kitchen. Hia inu for thirsty. Ra for day. Iwi, tribe or bones. So ko iwi is the long name for bones, and that's where tribe actually comes from. They're very much interlinked because, you know, the tribe makes you up. Makes you, yeah. Ngā mihi mo te rā, so sorry for Sheetal and May Fen. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, hopefully we'll fix that in the future. Yeah, that's hoha. Ka pai. So that's that. What I do want to start with is, because we're not in person, I can't properly teach a waiata. I can't play a guitar either way, but I want to have some backing music or something, or just sing myself. So our next mahi basically is, this is our link for Te Aroha. So I'm just gonna play this a few times. If you haven't heard it before, we'll get to hear it now. But Te Aroha is a very well-known song throughout Te Ao Māori, and it comes in handy for a lot of kaupapa, because we will talk about this later on in the session, not this session, sorry, in the course, that after, there's always like, at formal places anyways, usually if someone gives a proper speech or anything like that, we back it up with a waiata basically. And if you're going onto a marae and it's a group of people who may not have met before, we haven't had a chance to properly learn a waiata, Te Aroha is a really good go-to because it's nice and short, and it has a good message. You should have your kupu. Oh, do you have your kupu? That's a good question. If not, it's, oh yeah, here it is. So the kupu are on page 24. It's literally Te Aroha, te whakapono, te rangimarie, tātou e. So that's the kupu. They're also on the screen. They're in the video itself. So that's very handy. And what I'm going to do basically is, I'll just say the kupu. If you can repeat after me, you can put yourself on or off mute, kei a koe, but please do it wherever it is that you are. And then I'll play the waiata a few times, and it's pretty straightforward, the tune. Yeah, real easy waiata to learn. Real good waiata, and the explanation is also there, the translation. Yeah, so yeah, there's pretty straightforward, the meaning. Te aroha, which means love. Te whakapono, that can mean whatever it is that you want it to mean. It could be faith. Actually, I'll go back to them just to make sure I'm not making them up. Where is it? Yeah, whakapono is faith. Te rangimarie can mean peace, and tātou e basically just means for us all. So yeah, it's pretty easy and universal waiata tautoko. So tautoko means to support, so a song to support a speech. It's pretty universal, yeah. Ka pai. Te aroha, so how we say that word, aroha. So one way to break this kupu down is you've got aro and ha. So you've got aro means to focus something, and ha itself means breath. So it means to focus your breath on someone. And if that makes sense, if you can see that connection of focusing your breath or your weight or things like that onto something or someone, then that basically means love. Like we're sharing our love. Ka pai. Te whakapono. So pono means truth. Like truth, truthful. Whakapono itself can mean faith, whichever faith it is that you believe in. That's why it's a great universal one. Te whakapono, te rangi Māori and peace, tātou e for us all. So, yeah, pretty straightforward waiata, yeah? So, aroha, that's our kupu. Aroha, put together as aroha. Next one is whakapono. These are easy ones because there's no vowel blends. But yeah, whakapono. Yeah. And then our last one is rangi Māori.
Whakapono.
Rangi Māori. So I'll go through those ones again. So whai mai aho, aroha,
Rangi Māori.
aroha,
Aroha.
aroha,
Aroha.
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 Cool, awesome, beautiful. And our next kupu, whakapono,
Aroha.
Whakapono.
whakapono,
Whakapono.
whakapono,
Whakapono.
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 Awesome, beautiful. And our last one, rangi Māori. Rangi Māori.
Rangi Māori.
Rangi Māori.
Rangi Māori.
Rangi
Ie.
Māori.
Rangi Māori.
Rangi Māori.
Yeah, this is the most harder, more difficult one.
Rangi Māori.
Yeah, so it's the ie at the end. So we've got rangi, and then ma, then rie. Rangi, ma, rie.
Rangi
Rangi
Māori.
Māori.
Awesome. Rangi, ma, rie. Awesome, ka pai. So that's just a practice with the kupu itself. Now we'll actually listen into the actual waiata, how it is sung, because obviously it's a little bit different. We put our stress in different places to go with the tune. So let me know. Hopefully, can you see the YouTube page? Just double checking. Awesome, ka pai. So I don't think you guys can see it. Okay, I'll try expand it. Can you still see it now? Can you see it? Is it enlarged?
Oh,
Okay.
It's blank now.
it's blank.
That's
Yep.
more.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so I can't.
Oh.
You know, for easier looking and got the kupu there.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't enlarge it for you guys. But here it is. This is the waiata. Hopefully you should be able to hear it through the speakers.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll play it now, and this is basically how the waiata goes. It's just repeated, so even though it's just 4 lines, it's just repeated. Ka pai? So, anei te waiata. Ka pai. Pretty straightforward, yeah? Oh, no, that's not what I want. But yes, that's the way I play it. Oh, is there a pātai? Ka pai. Cool. I'll just play it 2 more times. Sing along if you'd like to.
Yeah. Ka pai.
Obviously, You don't have to if you don't want to. You can mute yourself. But yeah, koenei te wā anō.
Harie.
Ka wai.
Toe.
So this bit here, so it's not in your kupu. That's perfectly fine. You can add it now if you want to. Sorry, not necessarily a kapo. Some places will say the me, some people won't. But the me literally just means and. In this case, me means and. So it's yeah, the love, the faith, and peace to all of us. That's what the me does. It's just and. Nothing too drastic there. But yeah, this is our. I'll play it one more time and then we can move on. Ka pai?
Te rangi
Ka pai? Good mihi mai when. Thank you for singing along and everyone else who did. Ka pai. So, screen sharing. Oh, it's not up. My bad. Ka pai. Oh, was that one? No. Ka pai. Cool. So that's the waiata. It's very simple, 4 lines, only a few kupu, relatively easy to learn. Ka pai? So yeah, moving on. At any point, please let me know if you have any pātai. Interrupt me if you want to speak. If not, just put it in the chat and hopefully I should see it rather quickly. But yeah, moving on now. Ka pai? So introducing yourself in Te Reo is very simple, and we covered a little bit, a few greetings last week. Please let me know if my audio is also going out for you again, and then we can sort that out hopefully. But yeah, so introducing yourself in Te Reo is pretty simple. So we use a core sentence. So core in this case almost always is an equative sentence. So whatever follows core, you're basically saying this is this. And we see that here. So this is an example that we have here, core Kelly. So we're saying that Kelly, and whatever follows it, so Kelly is this. Hopefully you can see my cursor as well. So core Kelly, taku ingoa. So in this case, it is saying core Kelly, my name, and obviously translating it means my name is Kelly, or Kelly is my name. However you want to translate it, as long as it's one of those two, it's correct. Ka pai? So obviously, when you're introducing yourself, you would replace Kelly with your actual name. Ka pai? So ko Kelly taku ingoa. My name is Kelly. So in my case, ko Ariana taku ingoa. My name is Ariana. Yeah. Or so this one is obviously just saying this is my name. Whereas this version here, our second option is ko Kelly O or ko Ariana O, is just saying I am Ariana. That's the difference. Yeah, so you've got 2 options on how to say it. Just choose one. Ka pai. So yeah, it's an equative sentence, which means something equals something else. yeah, it's got no literal meaning. Yeah, no direct translation, but it's defined by its function. So broken that up. Poor Kelly, taku ingoa. There's one more. I'd say that the my name is Kelly is a little bit more formal, that sentence structure. But I personally don't think of making much differences between these two, because they're just so similar, you know. But I would say ko Kelly taku ingoa is a bit more formal. But I would use both interchangeably, really. But yeah, ko Kelly taku ingoa, my name, o ni. Simple as that. So a bit of a whittle to you guys. Hopefully we know some of the kupu that are here. I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes. That should be more than enough time. Yeah, for 10 pātai that we have here. And basically, I just want you to translate these questions. So, ko wai tērā, what's that in English? Ka pai? All answers are welcome. I'm going to, well, there's 8 of you here. So I'll answer a couple, but you guys are going to answer at least one each. Ka pai? Wahane, so verbally, yeah. Ka pai? Any pātai before we begin that? Ka pai. Awesome. Ooh. So I'll give you guys 5 minutes starting now. Hopefully you guys can see the time there as well. No pressure if it takes a little bit longer than that, okay? I'll reconnect with the 5 minutes up, and if anyone's, yeah. Okay? So any pātai along the way, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay? I'll just put myself on mute. I'll be right back. I'll go find my water bottle. Ka pai, is anyone still going? Give me a hands up in the attendees list. Give me a hands up if you are still going. If not, we can get this party started. Oh, still going? Kei te pai, cool. I'll give another minute and a half. Papa, anyone still going? If so, kei te pai, yeah, we'll just keep on going regardless though. Right, so, okay, papai tuatahi. So I'll just go in order that's on my attendees list. Should be about the same for you guys as well. If you'd like to unmute yourself, feel free to do so. Emma, what did you have for papai tuatahi for the first question?
Hello.
Laura?
Who is
Oh, I didn't hear the last bit of that.
that over there?
Awesome, ngā mihi over there.
Sorry.
Papa. Awesome, ngā mihi Emma. Papai tuarua, Katie. Do you have an answer for papai tuarua for the second question?
Kia ora, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ka pai. Are you John?
Awesome. Are you John? Ka pai. Ngā mihi nei. Oh. Okay, so just to answer this pātai that I've got, why is it not, is that water over there? The reason why we say this is, so that can be a question, but it wouldn't be a core sentence starter, if that makes sense. So it would say, instead, I'll write it next to this bit here. I'm amazed at how this line is just disappearing as I'm not, yeah, anyways. It would be, is that water over there? Would be, it would be he waitera. So core sentences, these bits here, so this core is only reserved for people or personified objects or beings. So we only hear it with names. So ko ariana tōku ingoa, it's a core because I'm a person. We hear this also in a pepeha. So I would say, so my pepeha goes like this. Ko puke hapu ko te maunga, ko wai o mo ko te awa, Ngāti konohi te iwi, and so on and so forth. I do that. I say ko, because even though I'm speaking about a mountain, a river, and a group of people, the group of people makes sense, people, but a mountain and a river is because we personify them. So we personify them because they have names. You know what I mean? Sorry if I'm over-explaining things, but we personify them. Even in English, you've named places, named Hamilton, we've named all these other areas, so they're personified beings. So you can say core, so they go into core sentence structures, whereas he sentence structures are just descriptive, they're just describing things, and that's the difference there. So if we have a core and a wai, we're asking about a person, and if it's he, wai, it's more describing like, oh, that's water. That's the difference there. Sorry if I over-explained. You probably got it like, oh yeah, I got it in the first sentence. Yeah, interrupt me whenever you get the gist of what I'm saying is. Anyways, ka pai. So our third pātai goes to Krista. Kia koe te whakautu. Do you have the answer? Ko wai ia.
Who are they?
Yes. But there's a little bit more implied there. Do you have that answer?
I don't.
Okay, so you're absolutely correct, but ia is only one person.
Okay.
So still correct, because I mean, if technically we think of they as like plural people, but if we're talking about one person, what's their name? But it's just one person. So who are they? Still, but it's one person. That's what we're implying. They're just not in the conversation, and that's why they are they. Ka pai. Ngā mihi, Krista. Mei Fen, you have pāpai tua whā. You had the fourth question. What's your answer?
I'm Jennifer.
Absolutely. I am Jennifer is the correct answer. Ngā mihi nui, Mei Fen. Now we have.
Can I just ask about the previous one? Can we say who is he or she?
Yes, absolutely. It is he or she. I just do they, so I just go straight forward with they. It does mean he or she. But in Te Reo Māori, we don't have gendered plurals, pronouns, if that makes sense. So it's just o, koe, ia. We don't have, you doesn't have a gender, but you know what I mean? Who are they? He, she, one person. Yeah, correct. But yeah, correct answer, yeah, absolutely, he, she. Or they, them, yeah. However they identify as. Ka pai. Ko Sally Tera. Oh no, I forgot. Where are we up to? Now, do you have the answer to number 5? Kia koe te whakautu mō ngā marima?
I'm confused, but I will try because of the ko, which is mine, me. So, but she is Sally. So she is Sally over there, or?
Absolutely correct. So yeah, she is Sally. That is the correct answer. So I think you might be getting 2 mixed up. So you've got ko and koe. So koe as in you. I think that might be what you mean. Is that the one that you were thinking of?
Yes, because of the ko, which is I. But there's a name Sally over there, or Sally is over there.
So yeah, that is correct. So Sally, she is Sally. That is Sally. She is Sally.
Oh.
That is Sally. Should probably write both of them up. But yeah, so koe means you, but this is just ko, and it doesn't have a direct translation.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's just to let us know that we're introducing a person. That's the purpose of the ko. But yeah, also Shito, absolutely, that is Sally. Ka pai. Next one, we have Rebecca. You've got pātai tua ono. What is your answer?
Call Emily O.
Oh, awesome. Perfect. Ka pai. Yeah, I'm Emily. Ko Emily O. Awesome. Now we have Sarah. Kia koe te wā?
Ko Sally Koi.
Awesome. Perfect. Mihi Sarah. Sorry. Now Chawaru Shito. Kia hato whakautu. What's your answer?
Ko wai koe.
Awesome. Yeah. Ko wai koe. Perfect. And our last two that we have is who is that by you? Hopefully our answers match up. It's ko wai tērā. Hopefully we all got the same answer. Let me know if you have any pātai, because I can't remember if Kahu went through this. Do you need hands up if you need me to explain the tērā?
What about if it's just there instead of over there? Is there any difference?
Oh, can you put that in the question? Oh. Tēnā, you are correct. My bad. I thought I wrote tēnā.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, tēnā.
My bad. Yes, correct. Yes. In my mind, it was an N, but what came out was an R. I don't know. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, ko wai tēnā because it's by you. So we have tēnei, tēnā, by you, tērā, away from both of us. And this second one, this is by me. This is me by Paul. This by me is Paul. Is Paul.
Tēnei.
Te. Absolutely correct. Ka pai. Yes, for there and over there, it depends on the context of what's happening. So what we do ways for the difference between tēnei, tēnā, and tērā is tēnei is by me, tēnā is by you, and tērā is away from both of us. But if so say we're saying we have to explain that there's actually a distance between two different locations that's away from both of us, then that changes. So we can say, especially if we're pointing to something, I can say, if we're looking at a map, me and my mate, we could still be in Wellington. I could be pointing to Napier, and I can say, ko ahuriri tēnā, and then I could say, ko tūranga tērā, just to explain that there is a bit of a difference. So tēnā, how I think of it anyways, is just it's closer to me, and then tērā is just further away. There are ways to, if you're doing 10 locations, hopefully you're not in a job that needs to work through 10 locations, but there, it sounds funny, but you can say, tēnei nā, you can say, tērā rā, just to add a little bit more. So it's like the end bits of so you get rid of the te. So you got tēnei nā. So I can say tēnei nā, tēnā, tēnā rā, and tērā rā. It sounds funny. It is funny when you say it. It's like you're being so extra. But if you had so many things like this, yeah, it's like a good little joke. Even me and my mates, we make fun of it because we're like, tēnei nā. So yeah, it depends on the context, because you can be on the phone with someone and something could be by you or in your general vicinity, but it's not near you. So I could be on the phone to someone in Auckland and I could just be in Wellington and I could be saying something about something in the hut and I could say, tēnei nā, because it's not, because I could be in town or something, I could be in the city, and I could say, tēnei nā ki te awa kairangi. I could say, like, you can mix it up like that. but if it makes sense, you don't take a step back. So I wouldn't go te rā nei, because that's just definitely mixing it all up. You can only go like further than that current position. So you still have the nei nā rā rule to follow. But moving on. Yeah, moving on to the next one. Oh, do we have any parts before we do? Just hands up or just speak up if you have a pātai. Cool, awesome. So what I think we'll do is we'll have a short break. Yeah, we'll have a short break. I'll give you guys 9 minutes, so we'll come back at 5 past. We'll be back at mahi in 10 minutes, ka pai? So go for a walk, grab yourself a hot drink, do whatever it is that you want to do, and we'll be back in 10 minutes, ka pai? Just have a bit of a break. I'll be here for 2 minutes. I'll still be here regardless, but I'll be paying attention to the chat, or I'll be answering any questions in the next 2 minutes if you have any, ka pai? If not, I'll see you guys soon.
Hi, I just had one question.
Yeah.
About difference between taku and toku. Like when you, I mean, are they both saying my, mine?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So it's a long conversation, and it's not really something that we don't actually touch that at all, or category much in these lessons, especially not this this level. So basically we have these things called the aren't or category, and it's basically the way that we explain the Māori world view through positions. So they both mean the same thing, but if you think about it as like not a hierarchy or anything like that, if you think about it as like levels of like care, that's how you know what the difference is. So, Te te pai, Sarah, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, so if we want to explain a pen, so a pen is just an inanimate object. It's man-made. I can easily break it if I want to. Maybe not this one because it's metal. But if I really put my mind to it, I guess I could break it. So it's just an inanimate object. So same thing as your phone, like my mouse here, any object is in the R category because we're people, so we rule it like that. Whereas my another example for the R category is children. If you have any children, they're in the R category, not because you can rule it or you can break it, break your children, but because you created that. You created them. So therefore they're in the R category and you take care of them. So same thing, these are man-made, might be machine-made, but the man made the machine, so on and so forth, same line of whakaaro. So yeah, these are our things to take care of, if you know what I mean. Whereas, but then there's things that take care of us, and that's in the or category, and that's how it changes. So your parents, your grandparents, any generation above you and equal to is in the or category, because like your cousins and your siblings are meant to take care of you. It's like a vice versa relationship.
Right.
So they're in the or category. Your house is in the or category because it shelters you, it protects you. Your clothes are in the or category, shelters you and protects you. There's so many things that go into it, but one of the easiest things to do is like, if it's a man-made object, then it's in the R category. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that intertwine with this. I can stop if you want me to.
No, that's fine. Okay, I get the basic, the gist of it. So I mean, it's not like I could use either when I'm introducing myself. So I could say taku or I could say toku ingoa when I say.
So the tricky thing about that is if you can say taku but you can't say taku. and this is why we introduce it. That's why we've written it the way that it is. It doesn't
Oh,
have
okay.
on it because that makes it neutral.
Okay.
So yeah, we try not to make you guys worry about it too much. But your name is a part of your identity, and
Yeah.
therefore your name is actually in the all category. So you could say, ko ariana tōku ingoa.
Yeah.
I can say ko ariana tōku ingoa, ko ariana taku ingoa, but I can't say ko ariana tāku ingoa.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't worry too
Okay.
much about it. If you see something written in a certain way, just stick to it. But if you have any parts, feel free to ask me.
Thank you. Thanks.
No worries. Ka pai. I'm still here. I'm just gonna turn my my video off so I can reply to some messages my friends are sending me. Ka pai, no mai hoki mai tātou. Hopefully we're all back. And also please let me know if you cannot see the screen, what I'm sharing. Yeah, please let me know. Ka pai, moving on to our next session, next half of the lesson. So now we're using the sentence structure no. So as we can see here, it's written out. No te whanganui a tara au, and this just means I'm from te whanganui a tara. So straightforward. Obviously, we replace te whanganui a tara with wherever it is that you're from, where you believe that you're from. You know how like even though I was born here, I personally don't say, oh, I'm from Wellington. I've spent, I lived here until I was like 7, 8, moved, now I've been here since 2017, quick maths, 11 years, gosh, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3.5 at least. I'm horrible at maths. So that's almost half my life, but I still don't class it as being where I'm from. I say I'm from Gisborne. I spent much of my childhood there, every weekend, every school holidays, and that's where I have a lot more memories rather than here. So I say no tūranga nui a ki wā au. So yeah, replace it with wherever it is that you identify with. Yeah, simple as that. So this is for regional places, so literally town, you can say no blah 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 au. And if you whakapapa Māori, you can put your iwi or your hapu in, you can put that in the same place where te whanganui a tara was. So here it's got no Ngāti Kahungunu au. So if I was from Ngāti Kahungunu, so that's the tribal boundaries from basically Wairua to the Wairarapa, so to the right of us, of Wellington. That's Ngāti Kahungunu tribal boundary, tribal area, tribal land. And yeah, kia koe tērā. So if you want to identify as Ngāti Pākehā, you're more than welcome to. Some people can go, if you don't whakapapa Māori, you can just use your last name. So if I didn't have whakapapa Māori, I could say no Ngāti Thompson au. There's a whole bunch of Thompsons in my family. Yeah, so on and so forth, things like that. Yeah, kia koe te tikanga. It's your identity. Obviously, I can't tell you how to identify. But yeah, so it's either I'm from or I belong to Ngāti Kahungunu, things like that. Ngāti Tiriti. Would you like to tell me what you mean by that, Katie? Because I've heard a few different explanations, so I just want to make sure we're on the same path. If not, Katie Pie.
Looking at in the context of when we're like, for instance, saying our pepeha in a work context, and I like to, as I'm Pākehā, I like to iterate that I'm also a te tiriti or waitangi partner. And so I was some Reo Māori teachers have said Ngāti, others have said Ngāti Tiriti, and so I was wondering, you know, like is one the right one, is one the wrong one? I'm just kind of, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, can you
That was the ramblings of a mad woman. Made sense.
That's probably what you're thinking about me the whole class. I keep rambling. No, absolutely.
No way.
That makes complete sense. Yeah, I had a student a couple of years ago, was it last year? The years just blend together, don't they? And she tried it out one day when we were in class, and she said instead, more to the right, sorry. She said, he tangata o te tiriti aho. And me and the kayako that I was working with, we both looked at each other like, oh, we don't know what that one is. And so we asked her to clarify, and she said, oh, it just means that I'm a person, like a treaty partner, I believe in the treaty. And I was like, oh okay, that makes sense. Because I hadn't heard it before. So this is rambling again, sorry. And I said, oh, because the issue with that is, tiriti also means street. And so it sounded to me like you said that you're a person from the street, and I was like, okay then, because Te Tiriti o Waitangi just wasn't the first thing I thought of, but Ngā Te Tiriti makes heaps of sense. I actually prefer that a lot better than Tangata o Te Tiriti, a person of the treaty, that believes in the treaty. Yeah, definitely go for that one. That's a really cool one. I really love that. Yeah, awesome.
Ka pai, ngā mihi.
Cool. Any more pātai before we continue on? Hopefully it makes sense where we're slotting these things in, where we're interchanging things. For me, I obviously do identify as Māori more than I do Pākehā. Generally, we would do our iwi first. Technically, the one that I use is technically a hapu, but it makes more sense for me to identify with that hapu than it does for Ngāti Porou, because Ngāti Porou is like massive. And I grew up specifically at that specific marae, so that's how I grew up. I didn't grow up throughout the entire of Ngāti Porou, so that makes sense to me. Yeah. Moving on, no hiakwe. So no hiakwe means where you from, we're from you, basically. No hia, where from, kwe you. So where are you from? No meaning belonging to, and in English we translate it to from. Hopefully that's pretty straightforward. So we've got a couple more things to translate. We've got just 5 here. I'll give you guys about 3 minutes to translate them. Hopefully that's enough time. If not, kei te pai tonu. Cool. So just these 5 pātai, 3 minutes. There's 5 minutes on the clock, but we'll stop at 3. Ka pai, kia koutou te wā. Any pātai as well along the way, just let me know. Oh, and also let me know if you can see the screen again properly. Ka pai. Hands up if anyone is still going. That was almost 5 minutes. I'm so sorry. Cool. Looks like we're all finished. Ka pai. Awesome. So, yeah, I think we'll just pick from random. Every other person, why not? Emma, kia koe te whakautu mo te mea te kaumātahi? Do you have the answer for the 11th one?
Kia ora. I am from England.
Yeah.
What that is Ingarangi. Is it
Yeah,
England?
England is Ingarangi. Yep, absolutely. Ka pai. Yeah, awesome. Ngā mihi. Now ask Mayfin, you've already got your mic on. What's number 12? Yeah.
He's from Ngā Puhi.
Awesome, ka pai. So, yep, she is from Ngā Puhi. Ngā mihi, Mayfin. I'll go with you, Krista. I am from Napier. What's your answer for this one?
No ahuriri o.
Awesome, ka pai, ngā mihi. Thank you, Krista. He is from Hamilton. Nell, do you have this one?
It's no hamutana ia.
Awesome, ka pai. So the te reo version of Hamilton is kiri kiri rua. The more you know.
And and it says hamutana.
I think that's how you spell. I really don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming. But yeah, kiri kiri rua. I know how to spell that one. That's for sure. I'd mainly say I always suggest the Māori one because it wasn't until this year that I heard the translated version of Gisborne, and I was like, oh, I don't like that. It just sounds a bit weird. But yeah, kia koutou. Are you from Christchurch? Who's got us for this one? We'll go with Rebecca. Do you have the answer for 15?
No Otautahi koe.
Awesome. Ka pai. Yeah, no o tautahi koe. Perfect. Yeah, o tautahi is the name for Christchurch, the Māori one, of course. So next one is a bit of a tricky one. You don't need to use Google if you don't know it. So can I get a hands up for those of you who know the person on the left, so the one in the black and white photo? Katie, Kapai, Mayfield, maybe you. Rebecca, killed it. So we'll go with Katie and Rebecca. So the aim of the game is, to ask about these people, of course, is one of you is going to ask, who is this person? Other person's going to respond. And the person who responded will say, where are you from? Where is this person from? And the other person's going to reply. Can't play? We can give this one a go. If you don't know where they're from, just make it up, okay? Ka pai. So if you want to unmute yourselves, whoever goes first. Kia koe. So those are the questions. Who are they and where they're
For
from?
me? Or?
Either one, yeah, if you'd like to start.
Ko wai ia?
Ko apira nata. Tēnā?
Yep, tēnā. Why is it spelling that way?
Tēnā.
Awesome, ka pai. Pātai tuarua.
No here. Ia.
Ooh. Do we know?
No Ngāti Porou.
And one last kapu. Awesome, ka pai. Cool. Ngā mihi korua, that was awesome. It's kind of bugging me how it's been layout. It's really annoying me. Anyways, yeah. If you didn't know, now you know. This person, Apira Nangata, famous politician from the early 1900s, so yeah, definitely black and white photo. He passed away in 1950. That's how long ago he was very present. But the impacts of his policies and things, and obviously the benefits that he's done for Te Māori, we're still felt today. Yeah, he's from Ngāti Porou, so he's from the East Coast. Last name Ngata, you guys might have heard of Wayne Ngata, or Tina Ngata. They're both very prominent names, same whānau, same from the East Coast. Yeah, Apira Ngata. If you thought like, oh, he looks a bit familiar, and if you got a lot of money, he is on the $50 note. Yeah, so he's really awesome dude. He did some great things for Māori back in the days. Yeah, utilising land, so many things like that. Working schemes, things like that. Yeah, Apira Ngata, if you want to learn a little bit more about him, he has a biography on the Te Ara web page. Yeah, and I'll stop my spiel about Apira Ngata. Cool, next one. So can we have a hands up if anyone knows the second person? Hey, Katie and Sarah. Awesome. So both of you, same gist. Katie, if you want to go first.
Ai, ko wai ia.
Sarah, if you want to unmute yourself.
Ko Kiriti Kanawa.
Oh gosh. Oh my God.
No here ia.
Do you know the answer for this one, Katie?
Ai, no Turana Nui Akiwi ia.
Sorry, I might have. Oh, this is horrible. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, sorry if I skipped you, Sarah. It was meant to go question, answer, question, answer. Sorry about that. Ka pai. That looks so horrible. So yeah, this is Kiri Te Kanawa. Oh, I forgot a capital letter. She, if you didn't know her before, she is a very famous, literally world-known opera singer. You've probably heard a couple songs of hers at least once. Even if you don't like opera, you would have heard something. But yeah, I didn't even know this as well. But yeah, she's from Gisborne. I was like, awesome, did not know that. Yeah, so she's done a lot of charity work for a lot of people in the arts as well. So that's one of the reasons why we might not know too much about her. But yeah, she is getting along in the years. Ka pai, the last one, hopefully all of us know who this person is. We'll do hands up. I can't remember now who did our first one, but 2 people who haven't gone now yet. Put your hand up if you know this person, this last person here. So I've got Emma. I can't remember if you've already spoken. Have you spoken before, Emma?
Not yet.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I need to write these down or else I will forget. Mayfen, do you know this last person as well?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's all good. Does anyone else know who this last person is? Who hasn't spoken yet? Rebecca, awesome. Ngā mihi, thank you for coming through. So Emma and Rebecca, kia korotua. Anyone go first?
Ko wai ia?
Awesome.
Ko Taika Waititi ia.
Awesome.
No hia ia.
No raukokore me te whanganui a tara ia.
Oh.
Oh gosh. Oh, capital letters.
Me te
baby.
Onslow College kura. Te kura. With me.
Wow, wow.
Just put Pornicket in to save
Yeah. Oh.
time. Yeah, that formatting, a little bit horrible, a little bit shocking. But yes, for those of you who don't know who this is Taika Waititi. Yeah, famous director now at least. So if you know the movie Boy, that's definitely what we first of his big works. But he also recently directed the Thor Ragnarok. So he's made it, definitely. And he made that new film. I still haven't seen it yet. Sounds bad. What's it
Jojo
called?
Rabbit.
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit. I was just like, the one with
Jojo
Hitler?
Rabbit.
Yeah, Jojo Rabbit. I still haven't seen that
Hunt for the
movie.
Wilder People.
Yeah, that's another
Lots
one.
of them.
I love that movie. I could watch it anytime. But yeah, great New Zealand director and actor. And What We Do in the Shadows. So many things. Yeah. Cool dude. I didn't, even though I'm from the East Coast, I didn't put this together. I'm not bragging that we've got these great people from where I'm from. Not at all. It just happened to be. But yeah, these are these three
Yeah,
people.
he went to school with me.
To school with you?
Mm.
Oh, sorry, your
That's
audio
how I
is
know
going.
him. I used to watch him on stage at school.
Oh, cool.
I used to watch him on stage at school at Onslow College. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. But yeah, he's from here, but he's also his tribal affiliations in Te Whānau Apanui, so up in the east, Bay of Plenty, East Coast. Those areas, all the way up there. So if you don't know where Apanui is, fair enough. It is a bit of a distance to get there. Ka pai, awesome. So our last bit of mahi for today, this shouldn't take too long at all either, is basically we're just going to do an introduction of yourself. So we're all going to say this, we're all going to take a turn, and you're just going to fill in these blank bits here. So an example, if I was to say this, ko ariana taku ingoa, he, and I do, he kaiako au, e mahi ana, I mean, ki te kāinga. Oh, why is it doing this? So the company I work for is Te Awa Māori. No Tūranga nui a kiwa. Oh, I'm confusing myself now. Tūranga nui a kiwa. I'm from Gisborne. E no hana hau ki Pōneke. Tēnā koutou katoa. Pretty straightforward, yeah? So just one more time, your name, your position at mahi, the company you work for, where you're from, where you identify as being home, where you live, that could be the same thing, kei te pai tonu tera, and then we'll finish off with tēnā koutou katoa. Sound good? I'll give you guys a minute to fill that out. I'll give you guys 2 minutes just in case. If you don't remember what your work, your position is called, I'll give you guys the link. Does that work that way? Te Tauta Whiri, I think Kahu gave this to you guys last week as well. Will that work? It's a PDF link. If not, I'll give you the original link. Yeah, so the second link will take you to Te Taura Whiria Te Reo Māori, their website, and scroll to the bottom, and there's 2 download options. Go to job titles in the public sector, and hopefully you should be able to find your position there. Okay. There's a lot. I don't think you can do Control F, but yeah, just have a quick scroll to see what your position is, if you weren't here last week or if you don't remember, which is fair enough. Ka Cool, I'll give you guys 1 more minute. Kapai, cool. So, like usual, just do it in order, or else I will forget who has or has not spoken. And let me know if you'd like me to give any feedback for your kupu, kapai, just your pronunciation, sorry. Yeah, and if not, perfectly fine. Kei te pai tonu tēnā. I can, yeah, PM it to you, whatever it is. Kapai. So the order that we're going to go in is Emma, Katie, Krista, Mayfen, Nell, Rebecca, Sarah, and Sheetal. Kapai. So Emma, whenever you're ready, kia koe te wā.
Oh, I've lost my page. Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Ko Emma taku ingoa. He pou whaka tere mātua. E mahi ana au ki manatu hauora. No poneke au. E noho ana au ki poneke. Oh, sorry, I should have said no Ngātiro Nui. Oh, no. Sorry. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Awesome. Ngā mihi, Emma. Ka pai. Katie, kia koe te wā.
Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Katie taku ingoa. He kai tohu mata mua au. Ehi mahi ana au ki Initial Mental Health and Wellbeing Commission. No ote poti au. E noho ana au ki Wanganui Atara. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Cool. Ngā mihi, Katie. Krista, nā te wā.
Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Krista taku ingoa, he kai tā tari o, I mahi ana o ki manatu hora, no whangaparo o I noho ana o ki Tamaki Makaurau, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Kia ora. Ngā mihi. Mayfen, nā te wā.
Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Mayfen taku ingoa. He kaitatari au, e mahi ana au ki manatu hauora, no hingapoa au, e noho ana au ki Moira. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Kia ora, Mayfen. Ngā mihi nui. Nell, nā te wā. What I'm saying is the time is yours. If you'd like to unmute yourself, kia ora.
Yeah. Tēnā koutou katoa, ko nel taku ingoa. He kai whakahaere o ngā kini mana. Contracts Administrator. E maha ana aki manatu aura no piripini au. E noho ana au ki tamaki makoro. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Kia ora, ngā mihi now. Rebecca.
Kia ora.
Ko ripeka taku ingoa. He kai tātara rouranga au. E mahi ana o ki manatu hauora. No te whanganui atara o. E noho ana o ki raumati. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Ngā mihi. Sarah, nā te wā. Just unmute yourself. Oh,
Okay. Yeah. Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Sarah taku ingoa. He kai tohu tohu matua. E mahi ana o ki Manatuha ora. No te whanganui a tāra o. E noho ana o ki Poneke. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Kia ora, ngā mihi. And lucky la shito. Hea tō kōrero.
Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Shito taku ingoa, he kai tohu matua au, e mahi ana au ki manatu haura, no whiti au, e noho ana au ki whanganui atara, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.
Kia ora, ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, hopefully, well, you guys have that forever now. Yeah, awesome mahi. So some of you may know, but it's Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori next week. So if you have any opportunities to introduce yourself, feel free to use this mihi mihi. Feel free to just greet everyone in Te Reo Māori. It's a great week for Te Reo Māori. It's always a great day for Te Reo Māori. It's always a great time. But this is like the 1 week that we not legally get to, you know, just celebrate it and just be proud of the language that we have. It's a beautiful language and it belongs to all of us. There's heaps of competitions going on at the moment as well. If you're an Instagram person, follow Te TPK, Te Puni Kōkiri. They have a competition going on at the moment. It's a bit of a tongue twister. But yeah, those are all on Instagram. There's things on Facebook if you follow them as well. No pressure at all. But yeah, there's some cool things happening this week and next week. Awesome. Ka pai. So we've got a little bit of time left, which is great. So what we can do in this time is, at the very least, we can work on the mahi. I'll actually scroll to it to make sure that we've all not done it at the very least. So this is from last week's session. Where is it? Tēnei mea konei. This one, if you guys can see it. So I don't think many of you guys got to it, which is perfectly fine. But it's just a little bit of extra mahi for us to do. So from, how many sentences do we have? 1, 2. And 8. So I'll give you guys, no, that's too difficult, I think. I'll give you guys 5 minutes to translate this whole paragraph, yeah? And I don't expect us to get all the way over here. Kei te pai tonu tērā. Whatever we don't have, I'll just supply the rest. And if you have already done this, of course, you can take the next 5 minutes as a little bit of a break. But yeah, if we could go through this hei mahi here. So I'll put 5 minutes on the clock. And yeah, just take your time and translate this rerenga. Ka pai? Any pātai, feel free to ask me at any time. Obviously, it's still here. But yeah, give it a go. Wepua koutou. If we could do a hands up to show if you're still going, it's all good. We've not reached 5 minutes yet, but hands up if you're still going. Ka pai, cool. Ka pai, we've reached our 5-minute mark. Hands up if you actually made it to the end. Emma, ka pai, Rebecca, cool, awesome. Oh, a few of you, that's good. Cool. So I'll start from the bottom and make my way up then. Cool. So Sheetal, your sentence to give me is tēnā koe, ko ngāti kahungunu taku iwi. What does this translate to?
Greetings to you. My tribe is Ngāti Kahungunu.
Awesome. Beautiful. Ngā mihi, Sheetal. Ka pai. Sarah, ko ngāti hāmua taku hapu.
So my hapu is Ngāti Hamoa.
Awesome. Kia ora. Rebecca. Sorry, we have people with different lengths. Rebecca, if you got no Ngāti Pākehā, oh, actually, you say the Māori translation and your version.
Okay. No Ngāti Pākehā nā tipuna o taku mātua. I think it means my ancestors and my parents are Pākehā,
Okay, yeah.
perhaps.
So fair enough.
I'm not sure.
This one, matua, just means dad. So basically, the ancestors of my dad were Pākehā, basically. Yeah? But my dad's ancestors are Ngāti Pākehā.
Aye.
Are we all following that one? It's a pretty tricky one, so well done. Hi, Nell. E noho ana au ki te whanganui atara. Oh, dear, I did it again. But if you could say the sentence in Kureo as well, please.
E noho ana au ki te whanganui atara.
Awesome. And your translation?
Noho, I forgot the kuku noho.
So in this case, it means living or staying.
So I live in Whanganui. The second one I know, I work in Ministry of Health.
Okay, cool. Yeah, work in Ministry of Health. So this e noho ana au ki te whanganui atara just means I live in Wellington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Te whanganui atara.
Yeah.
Okay.
Te whanganui atara is Wellington, yeah. Pretty confusing if you don't know, because you're like, oh, whanganui.
Yeah.
But kei te pai. Cool. Nathan, nā te wā. So you've got this one.
I haven't got to there.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I didn't get to there.
Kei te
I
pai.
didn't manage to get there. Yeah.
Okay. Kei te pai tonu. That's all good. So ko mahi nā rangi taku whaia. Mahi nā rangi is my mum. So Katie, did you get the next one? Ko Berry taku matua. Ko hone toku mātāmua.
Ko Barry taku matua, my father is Barry. Ko hone taku matamua, my eldest child is Hone.
Awesome, ka pai. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah. So taku mātāmua, yeah, cool. Next one. Emma, do you have this one? Ko wai taku tāne, that one? Ooh. Emma, can you unmute yourself? Looks like she's having a bit of an internet connection. Oh, there it is.
Sorry. Ko wai taku tāne. What is your husband's name?
Yeah, and the next one, ko.
Is that right? Oh, it's ko piri. Oh, sorry. Ko piri taku tāne. Piri is my husband's name.
Yeah.
Or piri is
Cool,
my
so-
husband.
Yeah, so this one's like, oh, so who is my husband? Oh, Pity's my husband. So that's that one.
Oh, I see. Oh, who is my husband?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
who is your husband? Who is my husband? Pity is my husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And just for a bit of a plot twist in this
Is
mix,
that okay?
sorry, say
Yeah.
that again.
Oh, do you want me to keep going or someone else now?
Oh, no, it's okay. I can keep going. It's all good. So the next one here is ko piri te hua o taku tungane. So piri is the friend of my brother. That would have been an interesting conversation. For Mary taku ingoa, Mary is my name. Hei kona later. Laters. See you later, things like that. Ka pai. Awesome, mahi koutou. Cool, cool. Yeah, so moving on, the next few minutes of our session. Why is this doing this? Oh, yeah, cool. Back to our session. So, mahi kainga is appendix in lesson 3. So in the first 20 minutes, we will cover these parts right here. They're pretty straightforward. They shouldn't take you too long, but I'll ask everyone these questions next week. Right? So that's the homework. Is appendices. What page is that? So starting on page 29, but 30 is easier to remember. Hi. Listen. So that's the English. So that's the homework. So appendix under Akuranga 3, lesson 3. So just translate those sentences. Hopefully you've covered all the other worksheets and the other appendix area as well. If you've got any partai, if you haven't, and you have any partai, feel free to email me. Let me know if you're a bit confused on some things. I'm here to help you guys outside of class as well. So feel free to email me. So yeah, Akuranga 3 and appendix, fill out the other worksheets, practice the waiata, pretty simple waiata, you don't have to do it constantly, but yeah, give it a go for te aroha, and if you've got time as well, have a look at e haere te mea. They're all in the materials page ready for you to click on. If not, it's an easy Google search. Ka pai. And just quickly, yeah, that's basically us for that. I'll just quickly do a little spiel about my understanding for our karakia, because we will end on our karakia. And when we come back next week, we'll start with we'll sing our waiata as well. Back to our karakia. Where are we? Okay, here we go. So this is our karakia. We've all seen this, yes. So from my every time. From my understanding, anyways, from what I've watched of Sir Mason Jury's kōrero, yeah, so it's all about the framework of pai ora, of he koro wai oranga. So that's the framework that this is based off of. And it's Mason Jury's concept about this. And the link is in the materials page if you haven't read it before or haven't watched the video before. So my understanding is Māori ora, so this bit here. Yeah, so Māori ora, I'll start with Māori ora. So through healthy individuals. So Māori is different from health. But the purpose of this is that we want to have a flourishing Māori, that strength, and by having a flourishing Māori and not a languishing one, we're stronger in our personal identity, and it restores our dignity. Like, you know, the more you know about yourself and your roots and everything like that, the better you feel, I guess. For me, at least, I love learning about my whakapapa and things like that, and it restores dignity. And you have good outcomes, and like you said, gains in health status, and all of that equals a strengthened Māori. So that's Māori ora. Whānau ora is the potential to impact on health. So our families obviously can impact us in many different ways, whether that be positively or negatively. But it's good to find a good balance between yourself and your whānau. So whether that be identifying yourself away from your family, I felt that's strengthened myself, my mental health a little bit, maybe not so much. I live away from my family. My parents and my siblings actually live in Perth in Australia. So this time is like pretty worrying because I can't see them. Either way, it's expensive to get there. But yeah, I've lived away from them since the beginning of 2017. So it's allowed us to actually have a really good relationship because our communication has to be up and running and all that stuff. But I also have to have good close whānau nearby me to basically stay healthy myself through my whānau ora. And I've managed to achieve that, which is really cool. But yeah, whānau ora is being able to balance the individual and the whānau because it can impact the lifestyle and just how you treat other people. So it's all about good collaboration. As for wai ora, that's all about the environment because you kind of separate the environment from health. I learned that the hard way last year. So whether that be a man-made environment or a natural environment, a lot of things go into the mental health and just everything about an individual. So that could be like if you're surrounded by heavy traffic, even just to the buildings and the shops that are around you, to the people that are around you, but also in the state of the house that you're in, of course, that affects you so much. And I feel like I'm in a better place than I was last year, both physically and mentally. So that's the wai ora section of it, so the environment. And then the pai ora is basically the overarching framework of all of this together and the pursuit of good health, basically. And one of the main things that I got from healthy futures as well, what the pai ora means. But yeah, one of the things that I thought was really cool of his kōrero is he said that the health sector can't be wholly responsible for change, but should be the ones that take the lead. And I was just like, yes, I mean, that makes sense. But I might be preaching to the choir right now, but that's what I understood from his kōrero. It might seem like I was like saying it word for word. And it took me a couple of watches to really understand and digest what he said, but I thought it was beautiful kōrero in the whole interaction for himself and his patients koro. But anyways, this is us. We've finished for Tēnei Rā, this week's session. It was really great. I really enjoyed the session. Hopefully you guys did as well. But yeah, we'll start with our karakia ka pai. I know you guys have places to go. So join me if you'd like to. If not, kei te pai tonu. Yeah, if you want to unmute yourself or not. Ka ingoa tātou. Ka ora tātou. Kia tū ngā pai ora, mā te Māori ora, mā te whānau ora, mā te wai ora, ka ora tātou katoa. Tūturu whakamaua kia tīna,
Tina.
haumie hui e, tai ki e.
Tai ki e.
Ka pai. Ngā mihi koutou. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you guys enjoy Māori Language Week, whatever it is. There's a lot of things happening. But yeah, kia pai te rā, kia pai te wiki. Yeah, kia koutou te wā, mātua. Yeah, see you guys next week. Haere rā.
Pēra.
Ka kite.